Hi everybody, Paul Pancake here. Welcome back to another speed build on my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You look absolutely stunning as always, and I'm so glad that you found your way here. Today I have another speed build for you guys of a house which is a I forgot. I think a 5 sim starter house, and it's base game only. And I'm very excited to share it with you guys because I've been wanting to build like a simple base game home for a long time. And I don't know, I didn't feel like just creating a 2-bedroom I wanted to say basement home, but I mean base game home. I wanted to really try and test the limits and make it for as many sims as possible. And I think that it's only 21 or 22,000 simoleons. Actually, it's been a while since I've built this house, so I don't actually remember the price, but a family of 5 could definitely afford it because I think like a single sim starts off with 20,000 simoleons in The Sims 4, and you get like 1,000 simoleons extra per sim. So I guess you'd have enough money, and you'd even have some left to, I don't know, modernize it a bit or put some changes to it and yeah, just make it your own. But basically I wanted it to be 3-bedroom, and yeah, basically it's not like 5-bedroom for 5 sims, but it's like for 2 parents which share a master bedroom. And then there's also a kids room with 2 beds and a toddler room. So it's basically for, that's 5 people. Oh my god, I can't count. But yeah, basically the cool thing about this house is that I try to use a lot of debug objects, and I had a lot of fun doing that because, like I said, it's always kind of a challenge to come up with a base game house, which is already very limiting because you can't use a lot of nice items from packs, which is a little frustrating, but like I said, a challenge that I was willing to accept. And also yeah, using debug objects to kind of tweak the price down, if that makes any sense. I don't know, like I'm not a native English speaker. If you didn't know, I'm from Germany, so sometimes I'm using the wrong words or struggling with my English, but usually my viewers are forgiving about this. But yeah, the vibe I wanted to go for with this house is kind of, I wanted it to match not the exterior, but like the rest of the world of Willow Creek, because I really like this Louisiana. I hope that's correct because, like I said, I'm from Germany. I never visited any place in the USA except for New York City before, so I felt like this was kind of, I felt like Willow Creek is kind of this New Orleans / Louisiana style, and I kind of wanted to make it fit or make it match, make the house and the world match, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but at the same time kind of give it a little bit of a suburban twist, because I know a lot of you guys just like suburban homes, and I kind of wanted to do something that fits in very well but at the same time looks a little suburban. And now, because this is in the I don't even know what the neighborhood is called, honestly. Like, this is I guess the cheapest neighborhood of all of the Willow Creek's neighborhoods, and that's why this house isn't that fancy. I mean, it's not fancy anyway because it's a starter home, and usually starter homes are not fancy, especially if they're like for a 5 sim household. But it is really not fancy. I also didn't put like fancy landscaping down. I actually tried to make it look a little bit more overgrown and wild and stuff, but you're gonna see that later. And yeah, I really like doing that. This is very different from what I usually do, because I feel like usually my homes, even my starter homes, look very polished, because that's what you'd want, I guess, when you start off a family in The Sims 4 and you look for a nice starter home. You'd want the starter home to actually not look like a starter home. But for the sake of this house, for the sake of me wanting this house to match the neighborhood, I made it a little bit more overgrown. And of course you can delete all of the landscaping items and renovate it once your Sims have more money and stuff. But oh yeah, that's also a nice thing that I just realized. This house actually has 2 bathrooms. I think that's a unique thing about a starter home, because usually starter homes don't have that. Like, usually they have 1 bathroom because you can't afford a lot of plumbing, or like more than like 1 toilet and 1 shower and 1 sink, because those are usually like expensive items, such as the kitchen. And so those, like, my goal was to make it for a lot of Sims, but at the same time have a nice looking kitchen, or like a decent looking kitchen, because I had to use the cheapest counters available, and those are these cheap base game counters, and obviously they're not nice. But yeah, and also use the cheapest plumbing available. But at the same time, I feel like it's very nice to have like 2 bathrooms, especially because, I mean, if you have like 3 kids, and you could technically have 4 kids in this house if you made both, like if you made all the 4 kids share 2 rooms, if that makes any sense. So you'd want a second bathroom. So I think that it's pretty nice that it's included in this house, and I'm very proud that I was able to fit it in. I gotta say, of course, that's also one of the reasons why it's not that cluttered. It doesn't have a lot of stuff around going on, but I feel like that's okay for a starter home. Also, I think that it's pretty spacious. Why did I pronounce that so weirdly? Spacious. I think it's pretty, I can't talk anymore. This is literally like the 3rd speed build that I'm recording today, because I'm pre-producing, because I'm currently visiting my family when you're seeing this, and I'm just done. But no, I'm very happy because it's very spacious. Oh my god, I can't talk. And that's very nice if you have children, because then they can do activities, or toddlers can play on the floor. So there's actually a lot of space in the open floor plan, which is like the living area, the dining area, and the kitchen area. And yeah, here you see that I try to go for more of a, well, untamed nature vibe, untamed landscaping vibe. So that means a lot of, like, not a lot, but some of that wild grass, and also some, yeah, not too arranged flower sections, or like landscaping sections. I don't know how to call them. And also the pathway to the house is a little muddy. It's not tiles. Obviously it's not tiles because I didn't have money for tiles, but yeah, everything just fit kind of into the world. I really like this house. I think it's pretty charming, and I don't want to sound biased or anything, but it's just like, this is like a starter home that I could imagine me starting off in, just because I do really like suburban houses, and when I play The Sims I never cheat, so I always start with a starter home. And I don't know, I like the size of it and all. It's okay. I'm gonna stop talking about how much I like my own home, because it just sounds super biased, but I don't know, I feel like it would be a fun time to play in this. Now, I built this on this awkward lot in Willow Creek, and the thing is, of course, the way I built it may not make sense for every lot there is in The Sims 4. I think this is a 30 by 20 lot, and the problem is that kind of the front of the house is, I can't explain it. It's like on the corner of the street, and that way you basically have two sides of the house that face streets, and of course I had to decide which one will be the front. And for this lot, if you look at the gallery picture, by the way, this house is on the gallery, you can always download it from my gallery ID, paulpancake. And when you look at it, when you look at the gallery picture, it's basically the shortest side of the lot, like the 20 grid side is the front. So that's why I put the front door and stuff there. But it felt really weird having that long side of the house next to the road. So I decided to do that backyard thing where there's like this little arch that leads into the backyard, which I'm quite happy with, because I feel like it makes sense for this lot. But as I said, it may not make sense for every 30 by 20 lot you have in The Sims 4, like especially if you're playing in different worlds or something. I mean, you'd have to probably adjust it a little bit. I guess it could make sense. I don't know. You'll see it when you're trying that out. But yeah, as you can see, I added a lot of landscaping around, and I really, at this point, I was running out of money. I initially wanted to make this under 20,000, but I just realized I couldn't do it, especially because of the number of beds. Like, beds are really expensive, and I think that's what blew my budget, because I wanted to make it fit 5 Sims, and it didn't really work out. So I had to do a lot of, like, all the landscaping you see is made with debug, and also there's some items that you can buy in build and buy mode, but you could also get it from debug for free. So that's, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I replaced with debug stuff. For example, those air vents that I felt like were pretty common on these Louisiana homes, especially in the roofing section. I replaced them with debug versions because I realized there's a debug version of them. And yeah, they kind of add a nice detail and they're free, so why not? It's not, I guess it's not like your typical suburban decoration for like a polished home, but this is not a polished home. This is like a normal home. I really like Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about how much I like this home, but I just really like it. I think it's quite charming. And yeah, I guess it's also because of the space and the floor plan, although the floor plan was kind of a pain because the roofing was so hard for me this time. I don't know why. I guess it's because I kind of wanted to copy the roofing of the surrounding houses a little bit and make it fit in, but that kind of collided with my initial floor plan that I had figured out. But yeah, I guess we made it work in the end. And here you see that I'm using a lot of brown tones and beige tones, and I usually don't like going for that. I feel like that's like every house I see that looks like this on, I don't know, like Zillow or Pinterest has this brownish beige furniture in it, and also the walls. And I feel like it's just a little bit monotone. Can you say that? Is that an English word? I don't know, but like it's a little plain, you know? And oh my god, how did I not see the flowers peeking through behind the dining table? I just changed it. Okay. But I felt like it looked a little plain, but considering this was a base game home, I felt like it was okay to go with it. I mean, it's always okay. Like if you there it goes. It's the videos burp. Like in every video I burp at least once. And please, you may think I'm a disgusting pig, but I gotta explain to you that I'm talking a lot, especially today because I'm recording so many speed builds, and that leads to me having to drink a lot of tea, and that leads to me having to burp a lot. Yeah, I feel like it's better than like the 5 awkward seconds that I would give you instead if I was like holding it back. But yeah, at this point we're furnishing the master bedroom, and I kind of wanted to go for a beachy ocean vibe with it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I thought like the sandy wallpaper and the bluish bed sheets kind of looked like as if you wanted to achieve that vibe. And I wanted to go for some custom paintings to the gallery, and I think these are by Fruit Loops. But I don't know why, but for some reason I did delete them in the end. I think maybe they were too expensive or something, but I replaced them with like a Basegame painting, which was also blue. But it was kind of sad because, yeah, that way the ocean beach the ocean beach vibe kind of disappeared, and I don't even know if you're seeing it at all, but I'm seeing it, okay? And yeah, that's what I kind of tried to go for with the master bedroom. I kind of also feel like that it's a kind of a contrast to all the bland interior design that's like happening in the rest of the house. And yeah, I guess I also had to delete the wait, is it? No, it's not a drawer. It's not a closet. It's the between thingy that you have in The Sims. I forgot, but basically I had to delete the closet thingy because it was too expensive. And yeah. Oh, it looks like I even had to delete the rug. Whoopsie. And yeah, I ended up changing the dark wall color. Even though I really liked the dark brown, I felt like it was just too strong. And I guess it's nicer for like an accent color. But if your whole house has that dark brown color, I don't know if you want that. And honestly, also me personally, I like colors. I like bright interiors. Like my room is also like my real life room is also just white, and it has a lot of white furniture and just some darker accents. And yeah, I feel like in The Sims I usually like to go for very bright colors as well, but because I had to use base game objects, I couldn't really do that because the base game objects don't really come with nice colors. Maybe the colors aren't even that bad as they seem, but I guess the base game has been around for, I don't know, like 6 years, so it's been a while, and I feel like I'm tired of the base game swatches, and the neutral swatches are like the less worse, if I'm making any sense. But yeah, at this point I was starting to furnish the kids' room, and I thought that I was able to put those fancy beds into the kids' room, and that I didn't have to use the kids' room beds, because there's like these beds that are just like made for children, if that makes any sense, and they're like in this greenish bluish swatch, and I never really like them. Honestly, I just want a normal bed. Like, I don't need this plastic looking kids bed. And yeah, I placed those fancier single beds, but I ended up having to delete them because of course it was too expensive. And that actually led me to think that I don't think there's a way to create a starter home that doesn't look like a starter home. Like, I've built 3 starter homes already on my channel, and I don't feel like there's a way. Like, I thought that there must be a formula for that out there anywhere, but I've never seen anyone do that. I've tried myself like a couple of times. I guess if you're using packs, it could be better because there's nicer items that look nicer, and also especially in the newer packs the items are much cheaper. I guess you could achieve that look, but then again it's still going to look a little empty. So yeah, because I feel like that's also what usually everyone goes for, right, when they build starter homes. Like, every creator I've watched or my own builds, I always want to make the starter house look as if it wasn't a starter house, if that makes sense. But at this point I've given up, and honestly it feels peaceful not having that pressure anymore. But I don't know, maybe the formula for the perfect starter home that doesn't look like a starter home is out there somewhere. And if you find it, then feel free to tell me. But yeah, we're back at the kids' room. I realized that I wasn't able to use the fancy bed, so I had to use this kids' bed twice, and it was kind of sad because like I said, I really don't like it. But I came up with the idea that the kids that are living here are actually twins, so it makes sense that they have the same bed sheets, because I don't know how it, like, for me, when I lived with my family, we never really had the same bed sheet on all the beds. I guess it's, I don't know, maybe fancy people or fancy households have that, but we never had that. It was everyone had different sheets all the time. So I didn't think it was quite realistic that the kids have like the same sheets. I mean, maybe it's not that. Now that I'm thinking of it, it's probably not that unrealistic, but it kind of made me want them, like, it kind of made me want to think that it's it's twins living there, and that's why they have the same bed sheets. Yeah, that's basically all I'm trying to say. And the toddler room, honestly, it's not my proudest kids room. It's pretty bland, and it uses that horrible orange bed swatch, but I felt like that was the most normal one out of the ones that we got from Basegame. And yeah, I thought that the bright blue color matched the orange kind of well because it also was in that rug. And oh well, I mean, it was, but then I changed the rug. And yeah, honestly, now looking at that toddler room, I think it's terrible, horrible. If I was a toddler, I would be really sad if I had to live in that room. At the same time, that probably sounds very privileged because there's, I guess, worse situations a child can be in, but that room is just hideous. I really don't like it. But look at what I'm trying to do. I try to make the house more fancy by rotating every other tile of the wooden flooring. I think it kind of worked, honestly. I feel like it looks more interesting. Still looking like a starter home, but yeah, I tried to make it look more interesting with rotating the tiles, and it's actually kind of a nice, neat trick. And yeah, I had to replace the one rug with a smaller rug and then size that one up. I had to do all of these things because I was just struggling with the budget so much. Also, I cut out the bathrooms because they're really not that exciting. I think I added a rubber duck as clutter, and that's it. I'm also going to add some more clutter from Simlicy, from the gallery, which is free, which is always amazing. But yeah, we're heading towards the end of this video, and I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching again. And if you liked it, then feel free to give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and become a member of my pen cult. I would absolutely love that. And I also stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Saturday, so if you wanna just chill with me and build a little bit in The Sims 4, then feel free to comment, say hello. I would love that. The link to that is linked down below in the description, together with all of my other socials. And yeah, I hope to see you next time as well. Bye everybody.